Hey everybody, welcome back here for another video. This picture was the one that portrayed all over news, all over social media, all over everything when Tom Taylor decided to make Jon Kent gay. He calls it bisexual, but it's gay. You know, here he is kissing his pink-haired boyfriend. I pointed out on many occasions what this was, a bold-faced ploy to try and play fast and loose with Superman. But it's actually gotten even more ridiculous ever since then. This article is from Bleeding Cool. That should tell you already. I want to go through this one, and there are a few things I want to point out here that I think you really need to understand what's going on here. The article reads, who approves of Superman's new boyfriend and who does not? So here it starts off. It's by Rich Johnston. It starts off. Last year, Bleeding Cool broke the news that Jonathan Kent, son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and the new Superman of Earth at DC Comics would be revealed to be a queer young man. Even though he was never written as that, no indication of it, bold-facedly done by Tom Taylor because he trying to score points on Twitter. That's what it was. There had been some rumors that he might be defined as gay, but that's what he is. But Bleeding Cool pushed back on that, stating that he would be defined as bisexual or pansexual. Now, here's the thing, when they bold-facedly decide to sexuality swap these characters, they can't come out and say, well, you know, we're making this character gay, because you've never shown any of that before. You've never shown anything leading up to these people ever being of this sexuality before at all. But you need to justify what you've done, so you call it bisexual, even though you will never see them going back to hit the vag. Never. Because that's what you're pushing for. And let me make it very clear, Tom Taylor doesn't give a shit about gay people. He doesn't give a shit about gay people. He doesn't even like Superman. He doesn't like anything. What he wants to do is self-insert his own crap into this and try to pander to a Twitter audience that couldn't give a shit less about what's going on. That's what they're doing. But actual comic readers are pissed about it, and when they get pissed, that's when the SJW mob rises up. Let's move on. We also pointed out that the likely object of his affection would be journalists / activists, because you must be a journalist / activist. You can't just be a journalist. No, you must be an activist, you must be an anarchist. That is what's considered acceptable. Jay Nakamura, who he took home to meet his parents. Yeah, this shit he goes. Now, let me be honest with you. I don't read Sonna Kal-El, Jon Kent shit. I don't read it. I don't like it. I have stated many times already my views and my thoughts about it. Jon Kent is an awful character. An awful character that they've completely ruined for all time and present, in my opinion. That's what they've done. That's what Tom Taylor has done. But I never liked Jay Nakamura. Something about him just doesn't sit right with me. Something about him does not sit right with me. Something about it is suspicious. Something about him screams undercover supervillain or some shit in thing. Something about the fella that does not sit right with me. So here we have Jon Kent taking Jay Nakamura to meet his parents, to meet his mother. And here's the thing, this is from the comic. You've been scared to talk to my mother. That was different. That was hero worship. Do you want me to hold your hand? Actually, yeah. You see, because the thing about it is that they can't just make them gay, that will make them super gay. That's the thing about it, super gay. They must, and I've covered this before, every time around, they had to hold somebody's hand, kiss somebody, hug up somebody, love up under somebody. Apparently, you just completely lose your balls, and the only way you can get it back is whenever your pink-haired boyfriend hands it to you. That's what goes on. They had so much potential to build Jon Kent into such a good character, and they just done this shit. Same way they continue to do everything else. So here's the thing, right? Then on what? National coming out date? I have a flicking day for that? Whatever the hell. So, you know, they're going to meet Lois Lane, and, you know, they're holding hands, and she wants to talk to John in the kitchen, you know, and she's all thing, but hold on, big reveal, she's okay with it. She is so okay with it. She is so happy that he is gay, because nobody could ever have a problem with it. You understand? It must always be this big lifetime moment where they have to hug, and she's, oh, I always know, I accept every part of you, and I love you, and I'm so this, and you're like, okay, here's the thing. I mean, look at the facial expression on him here, and look at the body type. They pretty much changed Jon Kent's entire structure, everything, to mimic the fact that they tried to make him gay. But it's like, you don't find it a little suspicious that you're an award-winning Pulitzer Prize journalist, an investigative journalist, and you've never had any inclination at all that your son might be gay? He never showed anything about it, ever. Nothing at all. But all of a sudden he is, and that doesn't seem weird to you. Like, you don't consider the fact he might be a shapeshifter, he might be some kind of, I don't know, some sort of hypnotic thing, some sort of somebody, a robot, anything. No. You're just okay with it, because there could never be any conflict, there could never be anything hidden anywhere. Everybody must be 100% happy. Another thing, you never see supervillains being anti-gay or homophobic. Even they must accept it. Everybody must just be good with it, even though it makes no shitting sense. Everybody must just be 100% on board. So let's move on along, she's suspected, intuitive and all of this, the whole nonsense and thing, and he goes back out, and Jay's all, she already knew, she suspected, of course she did, she's Lois Lane, yeah, she's Lois Lane, she's an actual reporter, and I am an activist. Yeah. But I mean, although Clark and Lois are the only adults in his life, they aren't the only adults in his life. But what does Bruce Wayne Batman think? Well, here's the problem, right? They go to see Batman, and he knows who Jay is. They didn't want Jay to come. He knows who Jay is. He's he's aware of who Jay is and everything. But here's the thing, he says it, you cannot trust Jay Nakamura. And Jonathan Kent is shocked, like, what? But he's gay! He can't be a villain! Gay people can't be evil! That's blasphemy! How dare you, sir? And Lois is there like, oh, well, I probably kind of suspected, but here's the part that really gets me. Eh? He's not a Bat-Homophobe, is he? And this is where the SJW mob will always jump on, because anytime you have an issue with anybody who's gay, you must be a homophobe. As stated earlier, I haven't trusted Jay Nakamura from the beginning. And here Batman says it. And Jon Kent is all shocked because that can't possibly be true. No. And your only thing you're going to have to put in this article is not a Bat-Homophobe, is he? Because you always have to be something for these people. Every time. If you make a comment stating that, you are taking black characters and just giving them sloppy seconds of white characters, but you're only selling the name. No, that's offensive. That's racist. Not the fact that it's true and you all are pretty stupid for doing it. No, that's racist because you must not point that out. Ever. But when you do turn around now and you say other things, that's also an issue. I mean, take Tim Drake, for instance, who they decided to make gay out of the blue. Batman and Tim Drake have been partners for years. He was the second Robin. No, third Robin, right? And Tim Drake has dated women, had relationships with women, probably had sex with women, all these sorts of things, never giving any kind of sign or inclination that he wasn't. But now all of a sudden you gave him a boyfriend, changed his very outlook, and every time you think now you have to be hung up underneath him and everything, and it's all kind of stuff. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and anytime you point that out, it's a problem. So Batman makes a comment now that you cannot trust Jay Nakamura, and the first thing I'm going to put in this article is he's not a Bat-Homophobe, you see, because no, all gay people are great. You must love them, you must not suspect them of anything. You understand me? This is the kind of nonsense that they pander to and expect everybody to be okay. Now, Jay Nakamura is the son of the former Genosian Prime Minister who was deposed by Henry Bendix, experimented upon by the new regime, and who escaped as a Gomoran refugee to the USA, or at least that's what we thought. Looked like Batman may have another take. I am just so sick and tired of these nonsense. When they do these things and they change these characters' sexuality, they become such bland, empty, uninteresting characters. I mean, Jon Kent was already uninteresting. They never built on him anyway. But Tom Taylor decided, let's just do this for some sort of reference sake. And that's the only thing that matters. And when he does these things with Lois Lane and all this other stuff, it's so shallow and empty that you cannot possibly take anything away from it that would be of any structure or any kind of anything that may actually feel good about it. It's a shitty done story. It's a complete shitty run, but as usual, this is the kind of ridiculous shit that we get from Tom Taylor all the time. Because he can't write anything good to save his life. And of course, Batman says you cannot trust Jay Nakamura. He's not a Bat-Homophobe, busy, but Jon Kent says they're all shocked because no, he can't possibly be evil. He's gay. All gay people are great. Such absolute utter horse shit in this thing, but I don't know. I keep getting more and more reason to dislike this thing, and it doesn't seem to ever want to stop. That's just my take on it, people. So anyway, that's it for now. Let me know what you think about this god-awful, continuous, ridiculous run that they're doing. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.